Have you ever had the astrophotography dilemma, which includes where the cloud's going to be, where the less light pollution is going to be, where the Milky Way core is rising? All these factors are pulling and pushing me in certain directions tonight as to where to go. So first of all, it was going to be eryri, then it was the Rinogs, and the sun is setting in half an hour and I still don't know where I'm going to go. I'm thinking, looking at the recent forecast, it looks clearer in northern eryri, so I might go in between eryri and Aurora and see if I can get a shot there. The only problem is I want somewhere that's east facing for the Milky Way and a potential north facing image if we get northern lights. So these are all the dilemmas we have doing astrophotography. You get a few more dilemmas than, say, sunset or photography during daytime, because you've got a lot more factors to consider, even wind and which way the stars are facing. But yeah, I'm hopefully going to overcome them and find somewhere to shoot the Milky Way core rising. Emphasis on core because you see the Milky Way all year round. But yeah, it'd be nice to get a shot of the core. Fingers crossed.
Just arrived at Reeve car park. It's beautiful and clear. You can see Orion, the Big Dipper, Cassiopeia. So there are all the signs that it's going to be a pretty good night. But 5 hours later, when the Milky Way core is rising, it could all completely change. But in the meantime, there's northern lights and they're currently active over northern Scotland and the Shetland Islands. So it could make its way south. So I'm going to photograph. There's some lone trees at the start of the Reeve path which are really nice and they could lend well to northern lights images. So I might shoot them first before I head into the valley up onto the south ridge of Aurora and shooting over to eryri. That's the plan because it'll look really nice, especially there's a nice little hlyn there as well. So that is what I've conjured up tonight after not knowing what I was going to do. So should be a good one. So this is one of the trees I was shooting that's got really nice features that sprawl up into the sky. The slight purples just in the sky below the arch of the winter Milky Way, but nothing too prominent to shoot. Anyway, I'll show you the picture I did get. You can just see the slight colours in the background. But I was going to just speak about light as well and how important it is when you're starting to hike in the dark that you've got backup light. So I've got a head torch here, but with 2 power banks, and I've got a spare head torch with spare batteries. And the light source I'm filming with here is not a head torch, it's a bulbous, it's got like a plastic foam over it. It's for camping really, and it's a really good light. So I don't have to use my head torches when I'm filming, so it's another light source. But I'm hoping it gets a bit more vivid colours from the Aurora, and hopefully it comes more south and it'll be really nice, especially where we are. It's beautiful here. really nice sheltered spot. There's not a drop of wind here. Got this old slate ruin. So what I'm going to do is just charge a few things, head torch, phone, and make myself a coffee. It is about 10:30 in the evening, so I'll be looking to get to where I want to on top of the south ridge of Aurora for around midnight, and then there's a lake I want to shoot with Aaron in the background, all hoping that we've still got clear skies then, and I can shoot the shot I want. This video is probably going to build up to one image, so yeah, it's kind of the trials and tribulations of a night's work of astrophotography, really, from the getting here and the hike and the waiting around, charging gear up just while you're waiting for the stars to align. But yeah, not a drop of wind, so I'm going to make myself a coffee and reboot everything. Ready for this coffee. Water should be nice and hot. Luke actually told me if you've not got a spoon to stir your coffee, fold your sachet and give it a whiz with that. So that's what I'm going to do. Such a nice night, there's no wind, so it makes it a lot more enjoyable while you're waiting for the right stars to come above the horizon. Don't want to spill it everywhere, but yeah, it's really nice. This coffee is much needed though, and it'll hopefully keep me awake for another 6 hours at least. Right, this hasn't quite gone to plan because it's falling in now and crumbling everywhere, so oh well. Right, I want to enjoy this. Just notice Cassiopeia above my head. Well, that's, I suppose, when you've got the summer Milky Way arch, that's the left-hand side of it, and it sweeps. That's like your, I suppose, Cassiopeia is the start of your Milky Way arch in the summer, and it's also the end of your Milky Way arch in the winter. So it's a good constellation to look at and kind of scope where you are in the night sky. But yeah, amongst all the gear and the locations, I think one of the more deeper reasons for doing astrophotography is when you look up into the night sky, you're looking up into trillions of stars, trillions of galaxies, trillions of planets essentially, but for all you know, you're the only one looking up, photographing it. Amongst all those trillions of stars, you're the only one kind of up there. Well, another 5 billion if you're looking, but you know what I mean. You're kind of enjoying it, and you've got the sense to think of what's up there. You don't know all those trillions of stars. There could be no one looking back doing the same thing. We're potentially the only people, or the only ones looking up, and it's quite like a vivid feeling to have. To think we're the only ones. We might not be. There might be life out there, but I suppose each idea is scarier than the other. Us being the only ones looking up, or someone else looking down on us. Which one's scarier? Let me know. But yeah, it makes you want to kind of be immersed in the stars even more. So I think we could be the only ones doing it, so we should make the most of it. And that's hopefully what I'm doing tonight. Just arrived at the Llyn. I couldn't find the name of it. I've never been here before, and it's quite hard to scope it out in pitch black, but it looks amazing because it's got a clear reflections of Aurora, but I'm going to go to a high vantage point. Well, I say high, about 50 meters above the Llyn, looking back to Aran, and I think the Milky Way is going to arch over to Aran, and you might get a bit of reflection in the Llyn as well, so it could be really nice if the clouds hold out. I had to come off the path, off the South Ridge path, about 600 metres up, and traverse about half a kilometre over, and eventually found it. It's quite hard looking for locations that you've never been to in a pitch black that are off the map. But I've eventually come to it, and it's pretty beautiful. The stars look amazing, so yeah, hopefully get something really nice here. The Aurora has just kicked off spontaneously, but I think I'm a bit too close to Aurora to get the full bang for buck. I did capture one image where I've got nice reflections, a nice silhouette of the that'll be the Reeve D path going up the flank, and the this Llyn below. So it's quite a nice shot, a very kind of like high contrast one, but such an amazing thing to see. I wasn't expecting it. I thought 9 o'clock was going to be peak, but it's getting close to 1 AM now, and yeah, it looked pretty spectacular. Here's the image. Turn my head torch off, but I don't know if you can just see it in my silhouette. The Aurora, there's beautiful pinks and greens above me, and the Milky Way, well, the Cygnus region of the Milky Way is above that too. So I've just been shooting on the south ridge of Wood for the last hour and a half. It's really cold, there's a wind chill up here that I didn't have down by the lake, but I'm going to man up because it is pretty spectacular. I've not shot the core with the Aurora before, and yeah, I've focused a lot on the foreground. I don't just want a run-of-the-mill shot, point your camera in the sky and take a shot. I want a bit of thought behind the image, and I think I've put quite a lot of thought into this one. The rocks have amazing curves in them, and the curving kind of towards the sky. I want to shoot it again in daylight, but anyway, here's the image. I hope you enjoy it. This is pretty spectacular. Amazing evening that was on the south ridge of Aurora. The stars were bright and the Aurora really was popping. It was absolutely spectacular, and I hope I've captured some special images. Anyway, my car is soaked and there's a lot of mist on Llyn Quelyn and Llyn Gadare, I think it's called. There's a lot of mist on it, so I'm gonna have an hour's nap, maybe not here, and shoot sunrise if I can. Anyway, I'm just gonna have a, what is it in between supper and breakfast? It's brunch in between breakfast and lunch. So I'm gonna go for sup fast food in between supper and breakfast. I'm going a bit delirious. I've woken up for about 20 minutes sleep. Some fog and lingering ants. But I'm not going to show any pictures from this morning. I'm going to call the video here. It was such an unbelievable night with the Aurora and the Milky Way core rising. I feel like I've got some special shots from last night. I hope you've enjoyed the video and the journey from the start of the hike to the end, and it all finished, starting in the dark and finishing in the dark. But I'm going to enjoy this morning and not vlog it, but I might get some pictures which I'll put on social media, on various social media. If you have enjoyed the video, why not like and subscribe? But until next time, I'll see you again.